help if I showed us on the damn stream.
Would it? I mean,
It might.
No, that's...
look at us.
So
There's 2 out of 3.
yeah. Well, then Brian's off.
3 out of 4.
Yeah, dressed
Only
like
half of us are on screen.
Brian went to the Trump rally.
Did he?
That's where he's got to be. He has to be at the Trump rally down there in Banks Crossing with Mango Mussolini and all of the other cult followers. That's where Brian must be. He's decided that he's going to go down there. Think so?
Or he went to the sex camp.
I'll go with that one.
You think he went to the sex camp?
I hope he would not go.
I think he went to see Mango Mussolini.
I really hope he would not go interact with the Oompa Loompa.
I don't know. I'm Brian's in question.
Yeah.
He's not here.
He's not here.
He's free
That's
game.
Yeah.
So we have to conclude.
It's up to him to defend
As
his
a
character.
group, we have to conclude that Brian's going to the Trump rally. That's what we just have to conclude.
Okay, fair enough.
So if anyone asks, Brian went to the Trump rally, and that's all we have to say about that.
That's
as
all
Austin
I got to
would say.
about that.
So, or Forrest. Austin or Forrest, either one. So anyways, we got WrestleMania coming up. Speaking of Austin, he's going to be back next week.
Yep. Supposedly he's in damn good shape. They're going to he's going to take his shirt off.
Whoa, wow.
But hey,
So-
I mean, if he can go for
Kevin Owens
6
won't.
minutes, so,
So I'm just saying. I mean, I know I'm in Kevin Owens shape. Don't blame him. Did I get drunk or did the
I was
camera
just
get
curious about that.
drunk? Camera got drunk. have
I
it.
went to
I
puddle
can't-
mud. Everything's so blurry.
I can't do anything about it. It's okay. We'll just have to live with it.
Oh, it finally figured itself out.
Oh, there you go. Good job, camera. You figured it out. You got this.
Figured it, dude.
John's over that way. He is off camera
Yo.
because Brian didn't show up, and he has the
The other camera.
magics to work the other camera. Corey, of course, over there in his dark little corner of the world. It's funny. Is it just you?
What?
You have a light pointed directly at you.
And-
a very bright light. Not like
I feel like I'm well lit.
Not like it's, but you're the darkest
pasty.
person.
Yeah.
I'm the pastiest person here. And yet,
So it's so lit up that it's like gone the other way now.
I have no clue. Is that
my inner darkness.
the spectrum of
so
We've always thought of the spectrum of light as a linear thing. It's actually a circular thing. It's
I mean, right in front of me it is.
Love is like a circle.
so. So anyways, we got Austin coming back. Triple H will never wrestle again. He has a defibrillator in his chest. That's an interesting turn of events for him as a man who I'm sure wanted to be a lot like Ric Flair
Yes.
and wrestle.
Sting.
Until he's
or-
like
Right.
cryptic.
You know the
Yeah.
big mistake for Triple H though?
what? On the
Sting.
steroids?
Life choice.
And our Ric Flair were roid abusers.
Right. I mean,
Which is
Ric Flair
why
said
they-
he only used them once or twice.
When after he had a fucking broke back, you know.
I mean, that's a damn good excuse.
So I mean, you know,
They would probably prescribe too.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
To help build up the muscle around it,
and
stabilize it.
you know, it's impressive to me that the longevity that they've had. But too bad Triple H you're not getting it because you know you were a roid abuser. That's exactly why you're where you're
Well,
at.
I mean, it could be worse.
I'm listening.
He could have been Wad.
Wasn't he or Scott Hall?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think Hall's dead today? It's not because of the fact that Scott Hall lived a great life and worked out and took his
I
vitamins.
don't think that had anything to do with steroids.
No.
I mean, it probably.
Yeah, I think it did have something to do with
It may have
steroids.
been in the
Hall's been-
equation somehow.
Hall's been one of the guys who admitted to it.
Yeah, but I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't like it was with, Superstar Billy Graham, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, where they were all roided out and
And look at all the health issues Hogan has had.
10, 20 surgeries.
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I mean, you know, it's just his life is a constant surgery.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, how old is he? Not 70 yet?
born in 50, 51. So he just turned 70, I think.
Okay. That's, you know, Triple H 57. 52.
52.
Oh, wow. I told y'all to shut up. Sorry, I have to yell at my children because they Won't shut up, but it is what it is. Kids, kids be. Anyway, so next week is WrestleMania.
Night 1, yes.
And we will do some watching of that. What will be, John, what's on schedule for night 1 of WrestleMania? Do you know, because it's a 2-night event, I don't understand.
Normally 2 nights?
Yeah, it has been for like the past, I think this is either the 3rd or the 4th year they're doing this.
So what are we to expect on a night 1 of a WrestleMania?
Give me 1 second, I will happily tell you.
All right, John's going to figure this out.
Not a main event.
Main events, quotation marks, it's special attractions, or...
Thank you.
Toothpaste.
Oh, okay.
Toothpaste, Daddy.
The Tooth Fairy brought me a coin.
Yep.
Yep, okay. Well, thank you.
I'm gonna take that Kobe.
Oh, okay. You go see Mommy, okay?
So, night 1, which is on April 2nd, which
All
is
right.
next Saturday, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair.
That'll be an awful match.
Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and
You go in there. Hurry.
Logan Paul. Who in the hell is Logan Paul?
I have no clue. Never.
Oh, he's
heard
that
of him.
YouTube idiot. I think he's the one that boxes people for views. I don't know.
Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
That sounds awful.
The
Happy
Usos
Corbin
versus
Baron Corbin,
What makes him happy?
drugs.
well, drugs, alcohol, and supposedly he won a lottery or gambling or something. I don't know. But anyway, he comes out. He always has a grin on his face, a shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
Because he didn't look douchey enough.
No, he needed to look more.
Need to look more douchey.
Okay.
The Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs
For the belt?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
for the SmackDown tag titles, and then Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey.
That could be an interesting
That's
match.
going to be about the only thing that I'm seeing that looks.
So we're gonna torture ourselves next week for your enjoyment.
And not
Yes.
to mention Stone Cold and KO.
And that's
I
next
guess-
Saturday?
That's Saturday.
Okay. Well, that's the only reason I'll be.
I mean, the Usos and the Nakamura fight doesn't sound terrible. And
I don't know.
who the other guy was, though.
Charlotte and Ronda's about the only thing that was going to interest me. I mean,
Well, Austin
You're
and
gay.
no, yeah, but
that's so.
yeah, I mean, of course, Austin. I mean, hell, if you're an Attitude Era guy,
I mean, that's the thing is everybody who's okay. So why do they want? What is the deal with Saturday night? Why do they want Saturday night to be over and Sunday's going to be ignored? Because who cares?
they got Sunday. They have the biggest thing from what I can see is
Brock and
versus Roman.
yeah, who cares?
Oh, we haven't seen that fight before.
20 times this year.
Edge and AJ Styles. Oh, Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, who cares?
Give a shit less about Johnny fucking Knoxville.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee and Austin Theory.
Don't
nobody-
care.
Uh-huh.
Everybody, but you know what I heard? I heard the entire time. I've heard since Royal Rumble. You know what I've heard? Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon. Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon. And what did I say wasn't going to happen? Vince
McAfee versus
McMahon
Vince
is
McMahon.
80 fucking years old. He's not stepping in the ring
You notice how
again.
his neck's shrinking?
So, well, it's because he's a fucking. Look at him. He's an old dude.
My
I get
dad's
it.
77, his neck's as big as his head.
We all get older. I mean, that's the thing. Vince can't do what Vince was doing his entire,
True.
career. He can't go spend 4 hours. He has to sleep a little bit now. It's not like it used to be. I'm tired. Yeah.
But no, I mean,
Well, he doesn't even. It's okay. So here's the thing.
Angry nap.
It used to be like I would if you'd have told me that Vince McMahon was going to talk like that. Now Vince sounds like he's wore out. He's got to.
he's out.
I gotta get you. You gotta tell me where's the recliner.
I want to see him try to walk.
Nap.
I want to see him try to walk down the damn ramp.
I think the last
you
time.
think he got COVID?
I don't know. I think the last time he ran out, if I remember, wasn't it the last time he came running out into the ring, he blew both his quads?
Yeah, it was Royal Rumble 2004,
Yeah.
5.
Something like it was a botched finish. It
Yeah,
wasn't what he
Batista
wanted.
and Cena. And,
Right.
Nah.
and he come running down and blew both his quads out. And then he couldn't. He was just stuck there. Yes.
And they actually had to get somebody to come carry him out, and he's like, I'm Vince McMahon, I don't feel pain. What shit, I can't walk.
Yeah.
But I don't feel it.
So,
If I don't sell this, then it's not happening. So, but yeah, I don't know, I mean,
I knew that wasn't happening. Just saying.
over the past few years, WrestleMania is just...
Nothing in the wrestling industry, if we have to get back down to it. The crux of this show every week here lately.
Yeah.
Since what? 2002. The crux of wrestling has been.
Say 2005.
Yeah.
I mean, with Eddie.
That's it. That's really, I agree. That's probably.
When Eddie Guerrero died, it just went downhill.
Well, I mean, actually, I can say that it probably really did hinge on Benoit's,
Oopsie.
massive heel turn, if you will.
Oopsie, I like that, yeah.
And because it was then when they said, okay, we got to pull back. They stopped the headshot chair with the chair. A lot of stuff changed.
As much blood.
Right.
Unless...
So, I mean, I don't know. I think there's...
Which happened first? Was it Benoit or Hart?
Owen was 99.
By a long shot,
Eddie
yeah.
Guerrero died in 2005. And then
Yeah.
Benoit was July?
It was, yeah, sure.
June or
6
July
months after Eddie.
It was close around the same time.
It was June and July of 2007.
No, it was, yeah. There was 6-7 years between the two.
Me, Owen, and Benoit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was 6 months, about 6 months between Eddie and...
Benoit.
Well, there was a lot
Benoit.
more studies about CTE back
Yeah.
then, around that time. They were starting to really look at it.
Well, what it was the Christopher Lewinsky. Wasn't that his name?
Nowinski.
Owinski?
No.
Nowinski.
There you go.
Okay. Christopher Nowinski.
Okay.
Christopher
PhD.
Nowinski.
Well, let me do the John thing. PhD.
There you go. There you go.
Who is a,
Learning.
He was actually a Harvard graduate.
yes.
And more power to him. I mean, he
Not with the PhD,
No.
with the BA. He was a Harvard graduate. But with the PhD, it was
You're going to be doing that all the time now.
some sign, but I can't wait till I get mine. It'll be PhD, JD, MBA. It'll be like a whole nother name.
Esquire.
Esquire. So anyways, when Christopher Nowinski started, he's the one who started the research. And he was a wrestler. I can't remember if it was Martha Hart, who is MD.
Any relation to the other Harts?
Yes, Owen's wife.
Owen's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got together and started doing research into CTE. And was it Walter Payton was the football player who they studied, if I'm not mistaken?
There was some, yeah.
I know they've studied quite a few, but I can't remember the name offhand.
And anyways, they did a lot of work. They're still doing a lot of work together on that.
Well, I mean, I think it's it's there's a lot of correlation there, if not causality, with you take shots to the head, you wind up a deet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at Chris Canyon. Okay, took shots to the head.
Is he a deet?
He's dead.
Suicide.
I mean, it's
Brain trauma is brain trauma. I mean, is bad. I mean,
there's something to it.
doesn't really repair.
I mean, look, Chris Canyon he had secrets that he didn't want the world to know.
I mean, Chavo Jr. said, he's like, we're all wrestlers. We've all taken shots to the head with some way or another. So odds are we'll probably all have CTE. It just depends on the level.
Yeah, and whether or not because this is the thing. Okay, when you're dealing with wrestlers, you're dealing with the boys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If something's wrong, guess what they're not doing?
Medicaid.
I'm not going to the doctor. I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm fine. Yeah. We'll tape this shit up and move on.
Or if you're actual super glue.
If you're Chris Canyon, for example, Chris Benoit, and you got voices screaming at you inside your head, You don't have time to go seek mental help. You don't have time to go spend 2 weeks,
Daphne last year.
Right, yeah, she killed herself.
Yeah. And
I'm surprised. I mean, yeah, and then you think about people like Mick Foley,
Yeah, but I think Mick Foley,
who is a concussion.
Yeah.
He's just a walking concussion.
but Mick Foley has dealt with his stuff.
Demons, yeah. I mean, it's
He's not afraid to go home and deal with his stuff. He went home in 2000. Triple H retired him in what, 2002 or 5 or something like that? I can't remember.
I know they did the Rumble thing at 2000. He came back at Mania that year, off and on, and I don't know. That's.
But the whole thing is that these guys were taking these shots to the head,
Unprotected.
unprotected, no hands thrown up, just straight to the head.
I was watching Bad Blood from '97 with the first Hell in a Cell.
Right.
Actually, right before I came over here, Shawn Michaels took a damn chair shot, and you could hear it probably at the back of the arena, just that
Yeah.
whack.
Well, I just
I mean,
watched.
you can tell the difference in the chair shots now than the
Yeah.
ones.
Oh,
Well, you don't have many now.
no.
Well, no, but I mean,
But-
but you do see them. Oh,
Right.
you got
But I just watched.
rather than before, it's just like, bah!
I watched Austin and The Rock versus the NWO from 2002.
Yeah.
And, anyways, long story short, when when he gave a chair shot, it was dead between the eyes throughout the entire Attitude Era.
And the only thing they did to protect themselves, tuck their chin.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah,
Kevin Nash,
hit here.
by the way,
Here.
Kevin Nash, who is not a moron. Okay, Kevin Nash is a well-educated man. Said no, you're not. You cannot ever give me a direct chair shot to the just dead on. You can get me in the shoulder.
Get him in the
You
back.
can get me in the back,
Hip,
never on my head.
Never on his head, yeah.
and and I remember watching. I caught that because I actually watched Austin and Nash's Broken Skull sessions a while back, and he mentioned that. And I seen Austin, and you see him, he's getting ready, and he's like, "Oh yeah." You can see he remembered the rule, don't hit me in the head with it, and altered course and got him in the shoulder. But when it came to Scott Hall, right between the eyes, I mean, just flat as could be between the eyes. And we're not talking about the flat part of the chair, which was my rule with Brian. The flat part of the chair.
You're talking about the.
We're talking about
backing.
the rounded part.
The
that
railing.
that goes on is what he called smack dab.
The framework
Yeah.
of the chairs.
When me and Brian were in it, it was you get me with the flat spot if you're going to rail me with it. If you're going to just lay me out with the chair, full on flat spot, makes a loud noise, doesn't hurt.
Not as bad.
It doesn't hurt. I'll say that. It never hurt. You get me with the rail, by
gonna hurt.
accident, that motherfucker hurts. You're on the ground. It's a painful experience.
It's about surface area.
Yeah. And spreading that out. So, and that was the issue. Look, I agree with where Kevin Nash was before everybody else was there. That's the thing. And Hogan was there too. Hogan never took a direct chair shot to the head.
And I mean, hell, when Blake helped me on this Survivor Series '91,
Yeah.
Taker won the title.
Yep.
Hogan was saying about how how Taker screwed up his neck.
Yeah,
Go back and watch it. His neck was nowhere near the mat.
And if you get down to it, Hogan screwed up Hogan's neck.
Yeah, and his back,
Right.
and his hips,
Yes.
and his knees.
Well, the big thing and this is the thing is Hogan never.
himself.
No, Hogan never did anything spectacular. The leg drop, okay?
And
Yeah, but
that's-
he would jump like 6,000
that's
feet in the
the
air
thing.
to do it,
He got really high. He got height.
yeah,
and you don't
Which, I
need
mean,
to.
and a guy that's 6'7", 6'8", whatever it was, that is.
I mean, yeah, it looks
Probably
good.
was.
It looks cool and all, but I mean, you're killing yourself. Yeah, sure, you're dropping your leg. Even if you did connect it, which he didn't, more than likely, because the way you have to land, you're hitting on your tailbone and you're jarring your
Listen,
entire spine.
Think about Steve Austin's going to have those issues.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
At 46, 47, however old
You
he
are
is.
jarring everything in your spine at once.
That's why Matt is not wrestling anywhere near as much, because his spleen and his fused.
Well, yeah, and you're jostling
Spleen and
all of
spine
your
are-
organs at
yeah.
once, too.
I mean, at 46, 47 years old, Matt's like, and then look at his legs. When somebody hooks his legs, why in the hell do his legs like just go out?
Right.
It's like they turn into a U.
Jeff was still jumping off shit this past week.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and not just like an 8-foot ladder. I mean, he
Right.
was 20 damn feet
Yeah,
in the air.
rafters. And I mean,
Oh.
I guess
Pop
drugs.
was insane.
My belief is drugs have made that possible. But
I hope. Whether he is or not, I don't know, but I hope he's clean.
I'm going to say this right now for the world to hear. Jeff Hardy will be a tragedy.
Probably.
No, I know it.
I hope you're wrong, but I
Get this. You can hope I'm wrong all day.
yeah,
but he
but
has
I
no
know
ability
probably
to.
not.
Yeah, he has no ability to cope with his demon.
No, I know. Yeah, I mean,
He cannot put aside his problems.
no.
He's lucky. He's lucky he didn't suffer from the same issues I do, like to eat, because he would eat until he blew up. That's the type of person he is.
Yeah.
He has no ability to cope with addiction. Period. The end. And I hate it for him. And he's got a lot of stuff he's going to have to deal with on that.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you got a damn icon, a legend in the business that when was Victory Road, Bound for Glory, whatever it was, where they did that
Right.
fucked up finish. I mean, that was, say 12, 14 years ago. I can't remember. But here's Sting is. First thing he said to him was, "Are you good?" Supposedly Jeff said yes. We'll see.
I
mean,
Well, look, here's where we're at. A lot of these guys have wasted golden opportunities. Scott Hall
yeah.
had a fantastic opportunity to remake his career, be a huge in WWE. He still had 5 or 6 years left on him. Plane ride from hell.
2002.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plane ride from hell. He was so doped up that
passed down his damn seat for most of it.
Right. That he couldn't do.
Yeah. And then Kurt Hennig, another one.
Right.
I mean, look, you just say it.
Jim DeAnvil.
Wrestling is full of examples of what can go wrong.
And you know
will
what?
go wrong.
This is the thing though that everybody overlooks. They want to sit around and talk about how the fact that Jim DeAnvil Neidhart died too early, Kurt Hennig died too early, British Bulldog died too early.
Hard living does
They
that.
are tragedies.
They're tragedies. But you know what the biggest tragedy? Dynamite.
Oh, Dynamite Kid.
Dynamite Kid's life. He just has died. But he spent the last 20 years of his life in a fucking wheelchair.
With that, didn't he have one of his legs amputated, like
Yeah.
a knee or something?
Yes. His kids would have nothing to do with him because he threatened them at gunpoint. All over dope.
Mm-hmm. That's...
And that's the thing. It's just mind-boggling to me that, WWE says it has a wellness policy.
Well, it's the same thing that...
Yeah, if you get injured or screwed up, we don't.
Yeah, we disavow it.
Oh well.
Yeah, Buff Bagwell was there for a cup of coffee and kicking ass, but he went to WWE, said, will you help me get into rehab? They flat out said no.
Right.
DDP, God bless him, said, I'll help you.
Doing it now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're down at the accountability house down in Atlanta down there. Him, Jake the Snake. And, I will point out, DDP, Jake the Snake, those were two guys who I've seen cry a lot the past 2 weeks.
Which they've had every reason
Because they worked with Scott, and they were, and I'm not saying Scott did anything that was bad. I'm not saying that he was.
They fell off the wagon again.
We don't know that. We're assuming that. We know that he fell and broke something. No, we know he fell and broke something. I'm just saying that we don't know that there was a complete, alcoholism issue or any of that. Nobody does. He's dead now.
No, yeah.
And I mean,
that's irrelevant at this point.
It is.
Yeah.
but they'd worked hard hoping to get him back to a good place. He didn't get there. And as I say, look, I mean, there's a 1,005 different tragedy stories in wrestling. It's a business that is.
And that's just the ones on the TV.
Yeah, I mean,
We don't know
we do know. We know about people.
Bob's wrestling
just
circuit,
this week.
you know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Jimmy Rave, a guy y'all might not know about, really. I mean, not much older. Corey, how old are you?
40.
You talking about was with Anarchy?
Oh, and then Anarchy.
42 this year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Jimmy Ray was, I think, 38. He died last year.
Right.
But at the age of 37, 38.
Ow. Take it to mommy.
But he had both legs and one arm amputated. Because, granted, it was from MRSA, but he caught MRSA and a staph infection while he was wrestling.
And you know where he caught that at? I'll give you
In the
two guesses. Yeah,
Or the shower?
I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. How he caught that?
It's either in the locker room or the shower.
But how? How do you think he did it? Injections, baby. That's exactly how he got it. Promise you.
But it's horrible. I mean, 36, 37, 38 years old and just...
Well, I guess I could have pointed for the ass, too. Yeah, but I mean, and, I can't remember. There was some black kid that was with us at SWA. Darren came to me and told me he died last week. And he was, Brian and me helped train him. He was younger than us. And, you know, again, drug issues. And it's fascinating. In one, the business is fascinating because it lures in the people who have the least control of their lives, if that makes any sense.
You've got the people that it takes a certain kind of person to want to do wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's a person who just doesn't have a lot of typically self-control or impulse to not, you know, go all in on something, you know.
Right.
You know, cautious people don't really go into things like that. That's just too risky, you know, because so many things could go wrong and probably will at some point.
I don't know if
The
you
longer you play the odds, you're going to lose.
Again, it goes back to, I'm going to point one thing out about the people
And so
who are
when
suffering
drugs
these issues.
intervene or
Right.
steroids or whatever, they're all in.
The people who you just talked about, the ones who are talking about, oh, well, I'm going to have there could be an issue. The ones that are having these issues of, I hit the 3rd rope and, you know, went over the top and landed on my, you know, collarbone and broke it. Mm-hmm. Those are the guys who are throwing caution to the wind at everything. Because there are guys out there who were like me, or who were like, now Brian was never that way. Brian would toss caution to the wind in a heartbeat, because that's just Brian's mentality. Brian
still will.
Yeah, he still does.
Now me, I was extra careful. You know, the most hurt that I ever got in a match was with Brian. You know, saying, no, we're doing something. I did have Mikey one time, you know, toss me over, and I accidentally rolled out of a ring and landed on my neck.
Whoops.
But Kevin Nash, another example, never injured.
Well,
You know.
Jericho. I mean, yeah, he's had bumps, bruises, dislocations everywhere, but
So those are minor things.
he's
They're
never,
not major.
but he's never had a
issues.
broken neck or
And the reason?
broken
The
back
reason?
or anything.
Never taking unnecessary risk.
Bingo. And then on the flip side, you got Lita,
Always taking unnecessary risk
but she's not addicted to anything.
that we know of.
True. But I mean,
Taking
broken neck,
unnecessary risks.
2-3 different times that she's had a broken neck, and she's still out doing stuff.
I still go with that we know of,
No, I mean,
because you
she's
don't
still out doing
usually
stuff.
publicize the
Yeah.
fact that you have an issue.
True.
And she did quit,
Yes.
you know, completely the business. I think she's back for. Is she
She's-
still there now or no?
She's
Okay.
just done like a, you know.
Spots.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
By the way, if somebody who I'm really proud of and have been in a ring with, Hurricane Helms, Gregory Helms, is now on a Legends contract.
Good for
So
him.
I am very proud of him. Good deal. That was many years ago. Him and God, I can't remember, Craig something.
Somebody that's given his body to the damn business. So Abyss,
Yeah.
Joseph Parks, and he is now a producer for WWE.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, but I liked watching him wrestle. I will say that he was a good wrestler.
And then
I like the big dudes. I like,
Okay.
I've always been a big dude. Do what?
Okay, Vince.
I'm saying, like, when I'm talking,
me,
I like a big guy.
where
Grapple.
I still love the hometown boy, AJ.
Yeah, okay. I'm not a fan. I mean,
No.
He ain't from Gainesville.
Hey, but
He ain't from here.
bite me. I've met him. I've had dinner at his house. Leave me alone.
I have had a hamburger cooked by Triple H. That is not
Okay
allowed.
then.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to say anything about the man's grill skills. They're not that. That's where we'll leave it at. It's,
You gotta say it right. That's where we'll leave it at.
gonna put this burger on the grill.
And then I add some onions.
Now that I have heart problems, I'll eat some chicken.
I'm still gonna work out.
I bet you he's not allowed to do the things he used to do.
No, I mean he probably cannot go to the same weight extremes that he
He's
used to be.
in an aerobic studio now.
Doing yoga. Pilates.
That's right.
But seriously, I hate that for him. But at least they were able to catch it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he could have been
15-year-old, 13-year-old,
He's got spin
11-year-old.
class now.
But
Yeah.
he's gonna be able to see his kids grow up.
We hope. I mean,
Yeah.
you never know
Yeah.
what's
True.
Yeah.
I mean, the pacemaker, that's a big deal.
Pacemaker and defibrillator.
Yeah, that's
I mean, but
Which, I mean, the good news is he's going to get his ass
Could be
shot
worse.
back to life if something
Yeah.
were to
I
happen.
mean, it could be worse. That is a weird thing they say. Like, if you've coded someone, you know they're dead, but their heart's still doing because the defibrillator's still going.
no.
But they've been
Still
stone
doing
dead
electrical.
for a while.
Oh,
So, my daughter says, Mommy, I'm eating.
she's got to announce it.
Just tell us everything.
Yes. So, anyways, really this week, okay, so let's talk about this week in crappy wrestling. What happened?
Truth be told, I didn't even.
It was
really
so bad.
watch
Exactly.
WWE.
That's exactly where I was at. I tried to watch SmackDown just last night, hoping that I would get a glimpse of Austin. No luck.
And
I
something
did hear-
about, I know Brock and Roman. They're of course pushing that to the moon. Let's see what happens.
They've
with
been
it.
pushing it to the moon.
for the past 8 years. Oh,
This is like the ultimate matchup that we can ever do.
Well,
it's already been done. I mean,
you people are wrong because
you had the Rock and Cena.
WWE's biggest superstar ever just signed back with them this past week at $5 million a year is the report, and that's going to be Cody, the Super Dream or Star Dream or something like that. They're going to call
There's
it.
a button for crickets on there.
So
I don't know. Maybe.
I
sure,
met
dude.
Cody. Nice guy, but
Star Dream or Dream Star or
Still,
something like that. I can't remember what it was. It was
Stardust.
No, it was. They're not doing the Star. There could be like a Star Dream. They're changing his wife's name,
Oh,
and it's just it's
no. Just
yeah. It was
no.
it just all is right now. It was so bad. Now I haven't seen him. He didn't come out yet.
No, he's
Yeah.
not going to come out until Mania. They're going to hold that off. It's going to be Rollins versus a mystery opponent, and
Is that really what the plan is?
Yeah.
Oh god.
but we all, anybody that actually has any common sense
So he's going to NXT.
don't know about that.
Wasn't Rollins in NXT?
No, Seth freaking Rollins?
Yeah, I thought they moved him to NXT.
No, he's on Raw or something. I think
Oh,
he
they
was
were
on
going to move him to
for
NXT to.
for like a month or something
Okay.
to try to bring in viewers, and then that went.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, that's the plan for right now. He's not going to have a opponent for Mania. He's going to come out, I'm not leaving until I get my damn wrestling match, blah, blah, blah. And then here comes Cody, and
so they're going to set this up just as bad as everything else in Cody Rhodes' career has been set up. That's what they're going to do.
basically Cody, as try as he might, he's going to be relevant up there for about a month.
No, he won't.
No.
Oh, I'm giving them leeway.
One match.
I'm giving them leeway. Come on here.
Come on.
And then
Lipstick on a pig here.
it's just. But then after that, it's just come back. You know.
Get out your leather.
Yeah.
Break out your leather and your face paint, baby.
Why in the hell did you leave AEW for this?
Well, he didn't leave it. I think AEW left him, is my honest to God opinion on that, because he promised something that he couldn't, deliver.
Ratings?
People would like him.
Well, I mean, let's just be honest. John's right, Kenny Olivier, also
Right.
promised ratings.
Yeah.
He hasn't delivered. You ain't beat him.
They're doing decent.
They ain't beat him.
No, they're not.
That was the thing, is you put us in charge. We'll beat them.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't. You got rid of one of them, get rid of both of them.
Which Kenny's hurt right now. So.
Water.
Thank you.
Big water.
Okay, thank you. Do you want water?
Yeah.
That's not your water. Take it back.
Chocolate water.
It's not your water. Go take it to mommy.
No, I'm good, sweetie. Thank you.
So,
But no, and Kenny's hurt now. He's supposed to. Damn it! Why my phone keep going off?
John's popular.
But I mean,
all
the
that
reason I'm
matters.
keeping Kenny around is because he basically is the part of the head guys on the video game.
Oh?
So when they have a console game come out, I'm guessing Omega's going to be front and center about that more.
Well, the thing is I'll be honest, that the best, currently the best company out there is MLW. And I'm going to maintain that.
Because they got Spanish Stefano Demero.
It is because those guys have nothing to lose.
No.
They're making $200 a week.
Some of them are really good.
Right.
I mean, there's some really good talent.
Hammerstone, Thornstone, whatever.
Yeah, Hammerstone.
I like the black guy, the judge guy.
Yeah,
He's really good.
But as I said, $200 a week, go out, wrestle. You can make all the money you want selling your shirts, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
those could be top talent.
And these guys, they're throwing shit to the wind, man. I mean, it's just hell. Let's go out, whoop ass.
I mean, WWE are phoning AEW. It's just
It's gotten there.
they've gotten into a rhythm, and it's like, come on,
It's a
do
rut.
something against. Thank you. Do something against the norm on it. Just
I
system somehow.
they gotta shake
I
it up,
dropped
but
in the
just
other
don't know
day
how.
on AEW to listen in. There's one thing I said my entire life, which, by the way, I'm going to point out. Steve Austin said this, something similar to this, just the other day, and which we'll talk about this before we get out of here tonight. But I've always said that if you have Jim Ross calling wrestling, it can't be bad.
True.
I was wrong.
Oh.
What's going on at AEW? I got news for you.
Jim Ross can't say
No. You want to hear what the news is?
Jim Ross is
You
leaving.
want to hear the
Who
news?
gives a shit?
It ain't wrestling.
Just be a giant toy.
What the?
It's flips and flippy dips and jazz fingers and all the good stuff that nobody wants to see except for these young kids today. Want to see some jazzy hands and
Obviously
whatnot.
not, because they're not
Oh, wait,
watching it.
the ratings.
Rampage, not yesterday, last week, which granted they were preempted for the March Madness, but they hit like 400,000 viewers
Right.
in the damn country.
Look,
Right.
And I was one of them. Well, I DVR'd it, but
Oh,
still,
see?
that counts.
Even these young kids today, they're going to watch the flippy dips and the jazz fingers and the pockets and the orange juice and whatnot.
I went to, okay, I'm shooting back 15 years. I went to Bound for Glory when it was in Atlanta.
Right.
In 2007. Loved it. But it had everything for everybody. You had a hot-ass women's match. You had X Division. You had Ultimate X. You had Sting versus Kurt Angle. Anybody around here that knows my dad knows how much of a hard ass he is. He got into it. But what part did he get into? Sting and Angle. When it
Yeah,
actual
that was a
wrestling.
good match.
Yeah. And, I mean, I was into it for the whole show, but...
Right.
But nowadays, what I'm getting at is... It has one audience. It doesn't target everybody.
If you're looking at AEW, it looks like a patient who's being shocked between flatlining. There's an up. It's back down to nothing. It's an up. And it's back down to nothing.
The best.
And you know what the worst part about it is? Do you know what WWE? Or excuse me, let's not mince words here. WWF did every Monday night. They ended on a high.
And cliffhanger.
You were either mad as hell because somebody just got the shit beat out of them.
Something happened.
Right? Or you were jumping for joy because somebody just got the shit beat out of them.
Or there was just like a complete what the fuck moment.
Right.
Was there? Like, what?
You were watching Steve Austin get crucified or
Something I love and go to WCW on it. 9 times out of 10, how did it end?
just went.
It was either NWO or Sting.
Right.
That was how it ended for about 3.5 years.
Yep.
And they were the end segment. Usually it would be Sting rappelling out of the rafters, and then it would just stop.
Yep.
But
with Shivani, you know,
this is a landmark night in our business. And
You know.
every Monday was like a landmark night in our business. I mean, I love Toon Shivani. I got respect
I do
for
not.
him.
So I don't
got
have respect.
respect for
I do
him,
not.
but-
Oh, he was a radio announcer too.
Yeah.
No respect.
Well, not the Atlanta Braves, the Gwinnett Braves.
Yeah, he wasn't good for any of that. Now he did host the once upon a time he hosted the call-in show for the Braves, the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, he wasn't any good.
Didn't he
at
do
that either.
stuff for Georgia too? Or University?
I think he still does stuff.
Okay. But
Your mommy wants you.
yeah, I mean, he's just, come on, Shivani, every Monday, this is a landmark night in our industry.
Yeah.
Every Monday cannot be a landmark. I mean,
Look, I'm going to go back with, look, it's like Jim Cornette said. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler together, greatest announced team ever. They never oversold anything.
then you had Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah, but
I know, but I mean, in our lifetime, for us, it was always JR and the King,
Right.
regardless. Well,
you know, I'm going to say, you know, without a doubt in my mind, and we'll go back, something I said we're going to talk about before the end of this. Steve Austin said if he ever came back, what was the one condition?
they want JR to call his match.
What's going to happen Sunday or Saturday night?
JR's not going to be there
How do you know?
because he's under contract, and
How do you know?
you don't.
You don't know.
But supposedly
There's a
he's
lot
under
of
contract
things.
till next year.
There's a lot of things that have happened recently
Yeah.
that make me wonder if something ain't gonna happen.
Well,
there.
what do you mean? I mean, with JR or
JR with AEW and WWE's relationship.
Like it maybe the wall finally, like the fourth wall's broken. Like, yeah, we're really them too, kind of thing.
Maybe.
that whole thing with Triple H saying to Billy Gunn, yeah, he's going to go buy that pissant company just so he can fire your ass again.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I'll point out this is the bad news for Vince McMahon. AEW happens to be owned by the Khan family. Okay.
who has more money than Vince?
Vince McMahon, even if he utilizes, let's get a little bit of business school out of the way first, all of the purchasing power of WWE's $5.8 billion market cap, that still doesn't come close to the Khan family's $22.3 billion market cap. You can't buy them out.
You can't out leverage them.
No. And it would be like saying if you were, I don't know, Carlos Slim Helou. Hey, Warren, I'm going to own Berkshire next year. You know, it's going to be me, not you. You know, Warren Buffett's going to go, you just go back down to Mexico, amigo.
Which I was thinking earlier. I'm like, what's going to happen because how did WCW fold? I mean, it was owned by Turner.
It was. Well,
And then it
no.
went from that to...
Here's what happened. This is how WCW went under. For all the people who, because a lot of people say, "Oh, well, Ted gave up on it."
No. It had
That's
nothing to
not
do
the
with
truth.
Ted.
Turner sold everything he had to AOL. Okay.
Well, he sold it to Time Warner, and then he just kind of got booted out.
Well, no, he sold it to AOL. He merged with AOL.
Okay, that's what it was.
Okay, because he already owned Time. Time was his.
It was Time Warner to begin with.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And
I've always been a little
merged
on the
it.
details.
Merged it. AOL formed a merger, which AOL still exists today. If you're even remotely interested in that one, I believe it or not, I had no clue.
Do that.
But, not the. I'm not going to say that. I don't know if the website exists or not, but I do know the company still exists.
That's
And
NBC. My bad.
yeah, it was AOL. You've got mail. Wasn't
Yeah,
it then?
yeah.
So when that happened, AOL said, "Well, we've got these. We've got wrestling, and it's not making money," is what they said. So they cut it, and then found out, oh wait, it is making money. It was just the fact that it was roped into all the other
Things that weren't making money.
stuff there. Yeah, because they thought that the key to making money with a television company was, instead of having your own programming on there and selling your own advertisement, was syndication. Oh, well, Corey made, Gilligan's Island 5 billion years ago. I'll pay Corey to play Gilligan's Island all day. And that's what they did.
Yeah. But anyway, I brought that up because I'm like, okay, that's how WCW basically went.
Right.
But long story short, the Khans own AEW. It
Right.
has nothing to do with Time Warner, AOL, anything like
Well,
that. It's just on the network. That's the only thing.
It has to do with whatever, I can't remember their corporation.
Yeah, but I mean,
It is
doesn't
a
have
LLC
anything to do
on-
with, like the actual television
Conical.
company. It has
It's
nothing to.
it's a LLC owned by whatever their parent corporation
Yeah.
is.
But it doesn't have anything to do with the
Because
actual.
Nick Khan's father is the one with the money. Yeah,
Shadid,
So-
something. Yeah.
something North Tower sounding.
Dude.
What? Just saying, it sounds like he's...
We've gone this far. I mean, you knew he was going to throw a racism.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
I mean, that's not a racism. It's a fact. It's a fact of life. Was it someone named Bert Simpson who took down the Twin Towers? Was there? No, there wasn't, and you know that. Was there a Williams or a Wilkinson taking down the Twin Towers? No.
No.
They have names.
Yeah.
Not North Tower, South Tower,
Pentagon.
Well, I don't speak ba-la-la-la-la.
Field, and
I'm sorry.
Pennsylvania Field.
Dios mío.
I
Okay.
don't say their names so good. That's why I don't like WWE. Because everybody in WWE now has to have an accent. They all have to sound like they drink tea between punches or something. It's annoying. They're either going to drink teas or kidnap you and make you a victim of ISIS. That's where WWE's at. Which makes me wonder how in the hell Steve Austin's going to make it.
He's just going to stun everybody.
I mean, is he
Stun
going
everybody, drink beer, raise hell, leave.
He can't. You can't drink beer in Saudi Arabia. They'll be mad. They won't buy the network. The Peacock will never sell another subscription in Saudi Arabia again. It'll be the worst thing. Wait a minute. Peacock's not in Saudi Arabia. WWE Network is. WWE Network will never sell another subscription in Saudi Arabia again because Austin drank a beer.
This goes back to what we were talking about last week.
Yes.
Market to the people here.
Yes.
Expand from that.
But you know,
Market to your home audience. Oh,
I am sad because we'll get to see next week just how bad they've...
what's he going to do? Clash milk cartons together? Well, that was Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Clam juice.
What it'll be?
Apple juice.
I know what it'll be.
Apple juice is the
Seltzer
right
water.
color. No, apple juice.
So
It's actually the right color of
Okay,
beer.
yeah. Seltzer. It's the sparkling apple juice.
Okay,
There you go.
Oh,
I'm surprised they're actually doing it in Texas.
I think Oh.
I'm just surprised they're doing it in Texas because WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia would have been.
Well, the only time they've actually gone out of the country was WrestleMania 6 and then 18 in Toronto.
Well, yeah, they were in Canada.
So I mean, technically they.
But that's because guess what? They had the single biggest Canadian superstar ever. Bret Hart.
Yeah. I was about to say, Wayne Gretzky wasn't in there.
Bigger. Bret Hart's bigger than Wayne Gretzky. Don't you know the three most important things in all of Canada?
Bret Hart, and Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, Wayne Gretzky, and Tim Hortons. That's it. Those are the three most important
donuts.
things. Yes, three most important things in Canada. I can't believe y'all didn't know that. Could have been Owen Hart, but he fell from grace,
Oh. There was some horrible joke that some guy said.
Wasn't that pay-per-view called Over the Edge?
Yes. Why do you think it was never around again?
I mean, it was perfectly named.
Yeah, it was very aptly named.
So. I mean, the only way it could have been was like From the Top.
Over the Top. Wait, wasn't that was a Stallone movie? My bad.
Fall from grace. Blaze of glory.
There you go. And he was the
Blazer.
Oh.
But still, as I say, we got next week to look forward to. And
quote, look forward.
Yeah.
Are we just doing one night, or are we going to do both?
I don't think I can sit through 8 hours of wrestling.
Is it going to be 8 hours?
They're probably going to try to. I don't know. I mean, I thought the damn Royal Rumble was supposed to be like 3 hours, and they pushed it to 5.
Well, no, not a match in the second half of the whatever that I don't even give a damn about.
I know. Well, I mean, hell, I'd rather go watch AEW Revolution.
We're really watching for Austin.
I mean, hell,
let's just be honest about it ourselves.
No, I agree.
Because the only thing that's really of any draw is Austin will.
Johnny, put the list back up one more time. Let's go over that one more time before we get out of here.
Okay, what, night 1?
Yeah, night 1, and then we'll go over night 2.
Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair.
Don't care.
Nope.
Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus
really don't
Logan
care.
Paul.
Nope.
Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
Yeah, don't care.
The Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs.
Don't care.
Yeah. Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey.
Shh.
That's the only one that really gives it
decent.
I could watch it, but I bet you I'm not going to care at the end of the day.
No, yeah. I mean, the rest, it's like flatline. This one,
right.
Oh, look, beep. That's it.
So he's been flatlining up until there. Okay, then what?
That's all for night 1.
Oh, so they're not. There's no Kevin and
no
Austin on night 1.
I mean but that was just match.
Is that the main event?
That was match wise.
Oh, yeah. Kevin and Austin's not a match?
No, it's just a talking segment.
Oh well,
what the fuck is this?
It's
why? Okay, we're not
the
watching.
KO show featuring Steve Austin as the guest.
No, it was billed.
It was billed
as a match.
Austin didn't think he could hold out for it, so he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna."
Now, Austin, it wasn't Austin didn't think he could hold out for it.
That's what
they didn't get JR. I promise you, that's what it is. They didn't get JR. Which is his contract. It's in his contract, like his lifetime contract, that if he comes back, they have to get JR.
I mean, for him and The Rock, yeah.
Well, The Rock is The Rock the same way?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
I know The Rock has worked with Michael Cole.
Which would you rather have Cole?
I mean, it's more like antagonist.
Right.
Yeah. Which would you rather have Cole Rock match, JR or Michael Cole?
JR.
Oh, look, if it were me, if it were my WrestleMania moment, I want JR and the King.
Yeah.
Every day of the week.
Every day.
I don't want Pat McAfee. I don't want insert
JBL and Cole or.
I would work with JBL and Cole. I could do that.
Yeah,
I could do business with them. I could do business with Taz and Cole.
I mean, hell,
they were really good together.
Yes.
Now
they made SmackDown for that time.
And they did. I mean, now it's we don't even have any good WWE announcers aside from.
We got a good WWE any damn thing.
Correct.
Stage crew. That's it.
They do have a fantastic production.
They do.
Whoever's in the production truck's doing great.
Ah, yes.
Y'all are
That's it.
putting some amazing,
Yeah, the work crew. That's
sound
all it does.
effects. Y'all are popping in the amazing.
Videos. Or,
This is awesome. Nobody in the entire fucking building
You're like the
clapping.
liveliest stone-faced people I've ever seen.
This is awesome.
I saw a meme. It's like, yeah, of course, there's something about AEW fans would pop for anything. Why in the hell would you not pop for something when you're at a wrestling event that you paid to go see? Are you not going to have fun?
I don't
Obviously
know. I suspect, it's been my suspicion for a minute that there's some, and I've said it to you, I've said it to him, I've said it to Brian, that there is some piping going on at AEW.
I wouldn't doubt
too.
it, but
Because
from what
I've seen
Brian and
it.
I heard, felt, sounded, yelled, participated in, like WWE was about, probably 50-75% of it.
Right.
AEW, maybe 25. I mean, it's there, yes, but nowhere near the rest of it.
I always go back to, because when we were kids, everybody talked about the piping in of the Goldberg.
God, yeah.
I've witnessed Goldberg 3 times in my life. Every time, except for the last time, I felt like it was real.
When was
Because
it?
I-
I know when the first one was.
Both 2 times were Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And of course, that's
WCW.
something real. I mean, that's...
Right.
Goldberg
it was
Atlanta.
Goldberg Town,
That's... Oh.
The last time was in Greenville, and it was a WWE event. And I'll admit, I think it was...
Rigged a little.
Yeah, probably.
Which, when Brian and I went to AEW back in December, everybody was booing the shit out of Cody Rhodes.
Right.
He lit that table, or excuse me, Brandy lit that table on fire. Everybody was still booing him. He went through the table. People stopped booing as much.
But if you watch it on TV, everybody on the television was cheering him. It was so great.
Yeah, but, I mean, go look at it on TV. Who's underneath his left shoulder? Or left arm?
Was it?
Yeah, it was me.
John was.
I was on national TV.
What were you doing under his shoulder?
Yeah, that was the only way I could get in without being over.
John here on worldwide entertainment right now with no viewers, just like AEW.
Just like Impact.
We're almost to AEW standards. If we had 2 or 3 more,
There you go.
just one of them with the Nielsen box, we'd be in great shape. We'd be over like Rover, baby. Because every one person with a Nielsen box that watches you means that you have automatically 20 million viewers, right?
That's seriously, what is the best? We don't usually talk about Impact. What is the best thing about Impact?
Nothing.
When it goes off.
Well, it's
Look, Impact.
exactly.
I'm going to say this.
Excuse me, Matt Cardona.
Impact, who's going to be in Tacoma.
What?
Yeah, just raised to be at SWA Arena for something. I don't know what. Which
If it brings
that
Matt
should be-
Cardona, I'll go.
I don't know. We'll see. I will look it up. I'm pretty sure that it was him. Yeah.
Wait, Matt Cardona, Mickey James, I'd go for those two.
No, it's just him, not her.
Well, I'd still go for it. Never mind.
I
I digress, but y'all know what I meant.
Do we?
Not really. Just let John say things.
I just talk much. I talk much, think no.
Okay.
You know what I think we should start doing? I know it's going to be kind of late if this were something we were going to start doing. We should do a Raw and AEW after show. Just to get the reactions of the people who watched it.
But they actually tune in, though.
I think that there are people out there who tune in. I don't know that they would tune in to us immediately.
That's what I mean.
But I mean, I think that if we were live streaming and talking about what was going on, we kind of did some clips, maybe there'd be something to that. I'm not saying we start it right this second. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that later on as we, build the deal. Because, I mean,
Build the
look,
brand a little bit.
well, I mean, we're having on average,
If you're
I
listening,
don't know, quite a
let us know
few.
what you're thinking.
The live listeners is where we're sucking at right now. Because we're having people come watch later on in the week.
So it's like
So-
wrestling.
Yes, it's exactly like wrestling today.
We are DVRs.
So,
I mean, that's good too, though.
Yeah.
For us,
I mean, it's
they
still-
DVR us.
It still shows that we're
I would say, okay, what if we did this? What if we live stream? Because look, our live stream of
when we did the King of the Ring. And
King of the Ring.
What was it?
no,
96?
that one didn't do as great as what was the one we did do?
Crown Jewels.
No, we didn't do Crown
Rumble.
Jewel.
The Rumble.
When we did Rumble, we were talking 600-700 viewers.
But
Okay,
that was pretty damn good.
and
That event sucked, though.
yes.
Par for the course.
I'm sure.
If we did that, if we start moving to it, we let's move this to like, I mean, we can't do it right now, but like we should move it toward a call in. What's going on? Tell us what you're thinking, because this is the thing: is look, I'm just an old dude. I'm aware we're all about
Yeah.
the same age,
And we're
we
all
all-
aware because we've all watched it for over 20 years.
but we all have the same taste. If there's somebody out there who has a different point of view on this,
Yeah, maybe they like
It will,
the
happen, it will happily be welcomed.
yes. I'm not gonna do what John said and happily welcome shit.
No, but I mean, it's just,
I'll listen to you.
but it's always nice to have another opinion. I mean,
Right.
but then again, it's the same thing I told your cousin time after time. Opinions are like assholes.
They all taste nasty.
Not when I finish
Oh,
it, but okay.
So
They're also like Mustangs.
they stink. Is that what you're?
Everybody has one.
They make strange noises.
Oh,
So-
can we keep going with this?
no, okay, go ahead.
Horse dead.
But no, I'm telling you, I think that we need to start incorporating that, because look, here's the thing. We've been talking about right here on the Macho Wrestling Show. Tonight we've been talking about primarily the guys who we've lost and the issues that've been going on in the business. Why there's addiction, stuff like that. We've also been talking about this week in wrestling, which has apparently disappointed everybody here.
I cannot remember. I mean, usually I remember something that happened on AEW.
Right.
I'm drawing a blank.
Exactly. That's my point. I mean,
Things happened.
And when it comes to WWE, I don't even watch anymore. I mean, I used to watch that shit religiously. Now it's like, oh, look, and
so what night would we do? I mean, we'll talk about this more. We'll come back to our viewers next week.
I mean,
But
if
next week
anybody-
we're going to live stream.
Let us know. I mean, if anybody watches later.
I think that we'll just plot. Yeah, you can
us
shoot
some
us a
input.
message. I think we'll just plot from now on to live stream for sure. WWE and AEW's
pay-per-views.
pay-per-views,
I can do that.
and then I think we could do.
I mean, the AEW pay-per-views, granted, what do they do, like 4 a year?
Yeah, so that won't be as bad as
No.
WWE will, which is a labor of love. Because
And, I mean, the only bad thing about
we will
AEW
skip the Crown Jewel, though. I'm not doing those.
Ever again.
No.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about AEW is, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but for right now, it's, what, $50 a pop for the pay-per-view?
I think that's
until-
changing here quickly.
Supposedly by this summer, they're
Yeah,
supposed
because
to
that's
have their streaming
inked
service
with
out.
HBO Max, I heard.
I'm going to buy that shit.
I've already got it, so.
Well, I mean, I got HBO Max, but I'll definitely end up
Right.
watching AEW.
But it's got all the good
whatever
shit on it. It's got Rick and Morty and everything worth watching. So I mean, I think that's a way to go with this, because as I say, we're just sitting here. We're three, sometimes four old dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not that old, but in wrestling, we're ancient,
We're veterans of the industry, basically.
right? And
We've seen some things.
nothing I'm seeing is sticking out to me. Like I say, every time,
But it's for the wrong reasons.
right? But every time we have this show, well, fucking Paul Wright's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay,
But he's not coming back as Paul White.
no.
He's coming back as Captain Insano.
Yes, which is going to be.
is that?
Watch the Water Boy.
Yeah,
I don't
his
think
character
so.
from the Water
No,
Boy.
seriously, watch the Water Boy. Watch the damn Water
No,
Boy.
I'm with Corey.
Hi,
Don't-
Bobby Bouthier.
No, don't watch the
I'll
Water
throw a
Boy.
shoe at you.
Mom,
I can hit you right square in the face.
Mama said, put your shoe back on.
I'm with Corey. I'm with Corey on this. Do not watch the Water Boy. It was awful. But why? Why is that? Why not just?
I don't know. It's,
You were a fucking big show.
yeah, I mean, enough said.
a fucking
We're
big
7'3", 7'4", whatever it is. He's in damn good shape for a guy
Yeah.
that's his age. But still, it's like, that's enough.
Be you.
I mean,
Red, white, and blue trunks, by the way.
yeah,
America.
not fuck you, but it's not just like underwear. Thank God, it's a full-on singlet.
But it's still red, white, and blue trunks, which
Yeah.
I think, Kurt Angle pulled it off, but everybody else,
Yeah,
man,
Kurt
come
Angle pulled
on.
it off.
No, Apollo Creed did good.
No. No. listen.
Rhodes did decently with it. I mean, hey, I didn't say he did good. I just say he did decent. Hey, look, there he is with Danhausen.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyways,
Anyways,
very nice and very evil.
I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for here. I've lost everything. The internets are hating me.
Just do the
So-
Macho Man breathing.
The Macho Man breathing? Is that what you said, Billy?
See, you've not seen that? It's just him breathing.
I have not.
That's great. It's good stuff.
Oh, really?
I mean,
we
you're
gotta,
like,
Now.
we gotta get out of here. My child's raising hell, and it sounds bad.
Probably children dying.
It's time for.
Hasta luego.
We'll be back next week with WrestleMania.
In the background
The first part of WrestleMania Part A.
of the 7-night extravaganza.
A-side.
A-side. A-side F show.
Are they recording the B-side first? I'm not sure.
Or either way, I mean, it's just 4 hours, 5 hours at a pop. Just come on, people.
It'll be rated R for retarded.